Dear students, today we are going to learn rearing pond preparation and management. In last lecture, we have studied the preparation and management of nursery pond. So, in nursery pond, we have studied the pre-stocking management, stocking management, and post-stocking management. Now, rearing ponds generally used for the purpose of rearing of fry up to fingerling size, the rearing period 3 months. And these rearing ponds, they are larger than the nursery pond. So before releasing the fish seed into the rearing pond, the rearing pond first should be well prepared. And that preparation of that nursery ponds divided into 3 stages. First, pre-stocking management. In pre-stocking management consists of control of aquatic weeds, eradication of predatory and weed fishes, eradication of predatory insects, liming, fertilization, manuring. The first three processes are similar to those adapted for nursery ponds. For that, you can refer the pre-stocking management of nursery pond. So, as like same methods are followed in the rearing pond regarding control of aquatic weeds, eradication of predatory and weed fishes, eradication of predatory insect. Then pre-stocking management, liming. So liming should be done at the rate 25 kg per hectare per month on bright sunny days. Cloudy or rainy days should be avoided. For details, you can see the liming in nursery pond. The next, manuring. During the culture period, both organic and inorganic manures should be applied in order to enhance zooplankton and phytoplankton. First, dose apply 10 days before stocking. The organic manure mainly consists of cow dung and their application is at the rate 1000 kg per hectare per month. Then inorganic manures mainly single superphosphate applied at the rate 40 kg per hectare per month. Then next is the stocking management. We have studied the pre-stocking management. Then stocking management. Stocking management means the stocking of fish seed. In composite fish culture, the fry of Indian major carps and Chinese carps are stocked in various combinations at densities ranging from 2 to 3 lakhs per hectare in the following ratios. Composite fish culture means when we are rearing number of species, different species in a single pond for the maximum benefit. That is called as a composite fish culture. So in composite fish culture, generally Indian major carps and Chinese carps are selected. And the stocking rate is 2 to 3 lakhs per hectare in the following ratios. When we are selecting different species for stocking, their species and their ratios, Katla plus Roe plus Mrigal. These are the Indian major calves. When we are selecting these three species, their stocking ratio is 2:4, 4:4. 2 Katla, 4 Roe, 4 Mrigal. Silver carp plus grass carp 1:1 proportion. 4 species Katla, Rohu, grass carp, Mrigal 4:3. 1.5, 1.5 and 3. Silver carp, grass carp, common carp, Rohu 3.1, 5.5 as 2, 3 as 1.5, 1 as 2 as 5.3. This is the species and their stocking ratio. The stocking, it is always desirable to stock fry harvested from the same pond and of the same age and size group. While we are selecting the fry for the stocking purposes into the rearing pond, they should be selected from the same pond, same age group and same size. The seed should always be released early in the morning when the temperature is low. Before releasing into the ponds, the seed should be taken in a piece of cloth and dipped once each in a dilute solution of potassium permanganate or salt solution for a few seconds and then released gently into the pond. For disinfectant, we are dipped that seeds for the few seconds into the dilute solution of potassium permanganate or salt solutions that prevent the young fishes from any sort of infection. The next post stocking management after seed stocking. That is a post stocking management. The first is a supplementary feeding. When we are stocking fry in a large numbers in rearing pond, for such quantity or such numbers that natural food is not sufficient, so that supplementary feeding is important. For the supplementary feeding, generally the mixture of groundnut or mustard oil cake and rice bran at 1:1 ratio is used in powder form is done every day in the pond during morning hours, the first day of stocking. For the supplementary feeding or for artificial feeding, groundnut oil cake and rice bran is selected and they are in equal proportion 1:1 and their powder is formed and then that powder is applied for the given to the fry. The feeding schedule as shown below may be followed for 3 months in rearing pond. Period. Quantity of feed per day per lakh of fry. First month 6 kg per day per lakh of fry. Second month 10 kg. Third month 15 kgs. The artificial feeds are to be stopped when the pond water turns thick, green or any bloom develops. So that indicates the artificial food may be excess or maybe due to that artificial foods, their algal blooms are developed. If such condition is observed, you can stop the feeding for the few days. So in this way, the feeding is generally done. The mixture of rice bran and groundnut oil cake, making their paste in a big size of vessels, and from that vessels, through that vessels, that paste is sprayed on the surface of the ponds. Then that fry they are taking the feed. Next, netting operation and harvesting. Netting should be done regularly at least once a month. The more the netting, the better will be the yield of good sized fingerlings. The purpose of netting is when we are netting into the pond, due to that netting, that fish, for the fish, that is a better exercise. So just not operating the net only for collecting the fish, but in between, once in a month, if we are operate the net in that ponds, that gives the better result for the growth of fry into fingerling size. After 3 months, the fingerlings can be harvested, by which time they attain 100 to 150 length and an average weight of 15 to 20 grams by using a fingerling net. So fingerling net is used for collecting the fingerlings. Supplementary feeding should be stopped a day before harvesting. 1 day before of the harvesting. The harvesting should be done during cool morning hours. At that time temperature is low. Now the fingerlings are ready to be transported and stocked in stocking ponds to raise them table sized fish. So after harvesting the fingerlings from the rearing pond, then that fingerlings are released for the further development into the another pond, that is called as the stocking pond. So this is the different developing stages in Indian major carp. This is the brooder male and females. Their breeding is takes place. Hatching of takes place. Hatching of eggs takes place. Spawn. Then spawn to fry. Fry to fingerlings. Then fingerlings grown for the 3 months. They attain the table sized fish or yearlings. And after 10 to 12 months of rearing, that attain the brooder size. Some of that fishes we can sell, and some of the fishes we can use as a brood for the breeding purposes. So in this way that process takes place. So dear students, so in this way we are using the rearing ponds for the rearing of fry up to the fingerling size. So the best success of development of that fry to fingerlings, that depends on the proper management of the rearing pond. So in this topic we have learned the preparation and management of rearing pond. Dear students, if you have any doubt, you can ask through WhatsApp group or you can ask through the mobiles. Don't hesitate to ask the question. Thank you.